I'm literally Jesus H. Christ. Like, you may be God and all, but to me, you're just dad. What, now? Like, again? No, I can't. We're gonna have to do it later some other time because I'm helping Jesus is super important. No, I can wait. Thanks. No, really. No, thank you. No, that was super cool. See you later, loser. Alright, let's get this over with. If you know this channel, then you know what's up. Content warnings, always content warnings. Content warnings for misogyny, abusive relationships, murder, dismemberment, digging up a grave again, talk of Jeffrey Dahmer, aka talk of real-life murder and cannibalism, talk of the sexualization of real-life murderers and rapists, and of course sexual assault. I literally hate it here. And of course, do not forget that at 15K, I'm going to be answering all of your awful Omniverse questions, and we're actually not too far off from that. As well, that I have this super cool, awesome channel membership where you can see special content such as future videos, updates on future videos, and me just whining and complaining, honestly. Anyways. Cool. I have to go talk to Satan about giving Jesus his favorite sunglasses back. So I'll talk to you later. Enjoy. Jesus. Yes, I'm coming. First name, last name. Hey guys, welcome to Purgatory. Look, I'm sorry. The Colleen Hoover video was supposed to come out this weekend, but there were technical difficulties, okay? I was betrayed. Would you blame Julius Caesar for getting stabbed in the back that many... Okay, so that was a bad example. Colleen Hoover's movie reaction is coming, just not this weekend, because the world hates me, and it decides that I can't have anything ever. But it was going to happen, and it's still going to happen. Don't worry. However, it was either between part 2 of the last video, the Booktok bike talk thing, or this video that I just got the idea for yesterday while trying to film said video. So we're going to be doing this one because I saw some things on Twitter. And you'll see. Let's just get into it and I'll show you why I'm making a video on this.
He is a 10, but he also hit her with his car and broke her legs. He is a 10, but he also poked holes in their condom so he could keep her. He is a 10, but he also tried to drown her. He is a 10, but he also dreams about the multiple ways that he could unalive her. He is...
Sometimes I think we need to sit, take a deep breath, and take a second to reflect. How did we get here? Why are we here? Why is the world this way? Sometimes I think it's necessary to do the real life version of the movie, like record scratch, pause, and then I bet you're wondering how I got here. I think we need to do the actual version of that in real life sometimes.
A 10, but he also chained her up to unalive her. He is a 10, but he also chained her up in his basement. He is a 10, but at their first encounter...
Morally gray all day? Morally gray? What is morally gray about fantasizing about killing the person you're going to end up with later constantly? What is morally gray about running you over with a car and breaking your legs? What is morally gray about chaining you up in a basement? Speaking of the death of literature and the death of media literacy, once again, another thing we don't understand, morally gray. We're just saying things without understanding them because we think we understand them or that others will understand what we mean. And it's like, no, just say dark or evil. Say evil because it's not dark. It's like when people are like dark romance and it's just a sexual assault. That's not dark. That's wrong.
He is a 10, but at their first encounter, he almost threw her off a cliff. He is a 10, but he also put a shock collar on her. He is a 10, but
you know, it's making a lot of sense why this person in particular, while saying these things, always emphasizes the same word. He is a 10. You know why? Because they're trying to convince you. It's never, he's a 10, but, or he's a 10, but it's always, he is a 10. He is a 10, guys. He is a 10. I know he's doing these things, but he is a 10. My love, who are we trying to convince here? Because you're not convincing me. Came back to say I love these men so much and how deep they love. These men show their love in different ways. If you got kidnapped off the street by a random dude who wanted to rape you that you've never met, who has been stalking you, would you just fall in love with them? Because clearly, they just show their love in a different way. How can you simultaneously fear assault and rape and stalking and abuse, and then read this stuff and be like, it's so good though. I love how he shows his love in a different way, doing these things that I'm scared of. And if you want to use the whole coping mechanism thing, like talking point, I've already talked about it in my pro shipping video. Coping mechanism does not equal healthy. It does not equal okay or good. Also, how is he a 10? He's a 10, but he did this awful thing. What makes him a 10? Especially if he's abusing you in that way. What is making him a 10? He abuses you, and it's fine because he's a 10, and the things that make him a 10 are he loves you clearly because he stalks you. He loves you clearly because he's jealous and wants to own you. Hey, it's gonna be alright, okay? We've all got your back. We report them to the police. Plenty of women have stalkers in their lifetime and end up okay. If need be, we'll take care of them if the police don't. I know. You're right. Thank you. I don't know what I would do without all of you guys. You're all my family. Thank you. Hey, you're our family too. We all take care of each other. Now let's get you into bed to rest. I'll be on the couch for as long as you want, okay? Okay. I think I got it from here. Thanks. Okay. Give me a shout or a ring if you need or want anything, okay? Hey, sorry. Just wanted to check on you, see how you were doing. Oh, sorry. I'm just caught up trying to read my new book. It's my favorite thing in the world, but I just can't stop thinking about him. Why don't I just read it for you? Here, scooch over and I'll read it to you till you fall asleep. Okay. Huh. This book looks familiar for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway. Oh, looks like you bookmarked where you left off. Awesome. Perfect. Let's start right there. Cool. No, I'm bored. He inches up towards my mouth. I want to make love to you, Tiernan. I want to fuck my little father's... Okay. Let's just... Got another page. I'm sure you don't mind, right? I'm sure you've read this book a trillion times anyway. For some reason. Okay. This one's underlined. Okay. She won't stop him. Because as long as someone is doing something to her, she doesn't have to remember all the nothing she is. Slow, she pants, please. But he doesn't slow... Okay. You know, let's go to a random page. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's go to this one. This one. Random page. Cool. Alright. Actually, he lets me go and I sit back to take in his new haircut and sun-kissed face. My dad snuck a tracking app onto your phone when you weren't looking after the... Okay. What? What? You're so scared out of your mind that you ask all of us to help you with your stalker who's been following you ever since he tried to throw you into a lion cage at the zoo because he thought it would be hot, and he keeps sending you misogynistic messages about serving men, and that he won't leave you alone and keeps following you around the house. And so, to help, you read an incestuous book about them trapping their cousin niece in the middle of nowhere in their cabin and making sure she can't leave? And you ask me what? Oh, don't worry, I've been reading it and I have the context. They truly do love her, don't worry. They just show their love in a different way. In a beautiful way. But they truly do love her. I promise. They're complete 10s. So they're a 10. But they manipulate you, a traumatized 17-year-old, into staying in their cabin in the middle of nowhere and assault and abuse you multiple times, and then groom you, their niece and cousin, into becoming their sex slave. Still 10. Okay, I'm out of here. Oh, please, it's just a little dark romance. Morally gray all day, baby. Never heard of that? It's like our motto. Trust me, they are 10s. They're not 10s. They are a 10. They're not 10s. Clara, I seriously think you need to sit down and reflect on everything that you've said and everything that you're doing. And think about if this is truly something you want to keep believing in. And if you think it's okay. If this is what's best for you. So that's how I got here. So let's think about it like she asked, because I have no other spice to read. Still 10. They're not 10s. They are still a 10.
Motion detected. There appears to be a man looking through the window.
Oh no.
Fine.
He's a 10, but he's a serial unaliver who digs up her dead ex to have a dick measuring contest. Then cuts him up into pieces in front of her to prove he's the only one for her.
Ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
You know, reading this makes it make a lot more sense why Booktok women are romanticizing and sexualizing Wade Wilson, the killer. Like, of course, they're getting off on that, even though he has actually killed real-life women, raped real-life women. Because you get off on this, and because you don't know them in person, it's easy to think of them as a fictional character, as Wade Wilson as a fictional character. I'm not talking about Deadpool, by the way. So he kills people, and then he digs up your dead ex to have a dick measuring contest. Your ex died. He digs him up to have a dick measuring contest. Also, he's a killer. And then he cuts your dead ex into pieces, dismembers him in front of you to prove he's the only one for you. How does that prove anything? Who knows? The only thing that proves to me is that you should be in prison. Actually, execution. No, sorry. In what world are we posting something like this? Trying to find others that enjoy that too. What happened to shame? What is this audio? I am so done with all of this nonsense. I literally can't have anything. I literally can't have a single video without incest. I literally cannot have a single anything. I can't have a single video where I don't walk off camera. Alright, so he's a 10, but he's your foster brother. Possessive, mentally ill, already said that, obsessed, and a psychopath. And a criminal. Does drugs? And loves spiders. So he's a 10, but he loves spiders? How does that even make any sense? He's still a 10? Agreed. You know, I love it when I get a new foster brother and I'm like, new potential romantic partner. Not this song. Alright, and that's where we're done. Because he's a 10, but he branded you. Negative 600. Back to the possession kink. To the obsession kink. All that is just a kink for being wanted. It's a kink for a desire, a need to be loved and wanted. And it's not healthy. Doing it or wanting it. Not healthy. Not healthy. Branded. Yeah, let's get off on like it's not like this doesn't happen. A lot of women and girls and just people in general who are sex trafficked, which you guys get off on, are branded. They are branded by the sex predators who kidnap them and force them into sex trafficking, and where they get raped and sexually assaulted and abused and all these horrible things in real life. They are branded a lot of the time. And you guys get off on all of that and then say it's okay because it's fictional. I can only imagine being one of the people that went through that, watching people get off on the most insane trauma that you had to go through, and watching that privilege of them being able to be in the background and just read this fictional thing and get off on it sexually when you went through it and know how it feels. He's a 10, but he wakes you while killing your foster family. That makes you run while he chases you. He's a 10. No buts. Exactly. When he kills your whole family, makes you watch, and then makes you run through the woods while he chases you because you're scared that he's gonna kill you. You guys would get off on anything now. Anything. Anything whatsoever. I have no... Like, my opinion of you is in the ground, below Hades, below the underworld. It's literally below all of that. I have the lowest expectations and opinion of you. Oh, this is already gonna be a good one. He's a 10, but he manipulates you because you have amnesia and plays with you while you're sleeping. So non-consensual somnophilia, aka rape or sexual assault or whatever. So he's a 10, but he sexually assaults you and takes advantage of the fact that you have amnesia, which is a disability. So he's also ableist.
He's a 10, but he literally chains you to any object in sight. He's a 10, but he makes his best friend follow you around. He's a 10, but he's actually like kind of a nasty vampire. He's a 10, but he literally doesn't like you. He's a 10, but he's literally Oscar the Grouch. He's a 10, but his girlfriend is actually annoying as fuck. He's a 10, but he calls you Sugar Plum. He's a 10, but he doodles. He's a 10.
Are we forgetting what this format means? He's the death of literature. The end of us? More like it ends with us. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Since we're using these words and we clearly speak English, let's think about the words that we use. Okay, let's dissect. He, usually a male, a man. I'm a man. Sorry. He, a man. He is a 10. What does 10 mean? Nowadays, when we say 10, we mean a 1 out of 10 on a romantic or sexual spectrum. 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. So this man, is a 10. Best of the best. But, meaning however, meaning, yes, that is true, but what I'm about to say is a bad thing, is not a good thing, because he's a 10, but this might knock off some points. So he is a 10, but he doodles. And then...
10, but he doodles.
And then you find it cute. So he's a 10, but then he does this other cute thing. How do book girls whose life, hobby, whatever, revolves around books, not understand the English language?
He's a 10, but he screwed things up with you in the past. He continues to get with everybody in the prison, but he always pretends they're you. He's a 10, but he's a literal serial killer. Think less Dexter, more Dahmer, and he's in love with his psychiatrist. He's a 10.
Well, I was just about to talk about and say how dangerous and bad it is, and how interesting it is that it seems that the link here, the common what's the word? The common link here is killing people. The thing that we're getting off the most is either sexual assault, rape, which is always unwanted. If you wanted, it wasn't sexual assault or rape. I was just going to talk about how that seems to be the common link, and how concerning is that most of the time it seems that women are getting off on fictional killing, and not like killing bad guys, just killing in general, just the taking of lives. And then now this. And what was I just saying earlier about me having the lowest opinion of these people? And that I wouldn't be surprised if they were getting off on Wade Wilson. Well, now we're getting off on a fictional Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, he's so hot because he kills innocent kids. It's innocent gay men of color. Innocent gay little boys of color. Men of color. and then eats them. Like what is hot about that? People died. Real people died and were tortured. Real people of color, real men of color, real queer people died and were tortured and suffered at the hands of this man. And then you're like, dude, this book is so good because he's like the real life killer who did all of those things. You're demented. We are also getting off on the fact that this is queer. These are queer books. Booktok women are talking about two men, queer books. And then this woman has the audacity to say, less like Dexter, think more like the guy who actually in real life tortured, killed, and ate actual queer men. So we're basically reading like a Dahmer fan fiction. We're moving on from this person because this is an actual example of a genuine, just bad person.
He's killed everyone you've ever loved. He's killed everyone you've ever loved. They put a tracker in you and now control your every move. He left you for dead. They've been kidnapping and torturing women in your family for generations.
So, I did not, in fact, realize that it said all the women in your family, not just everyone in your family. So I apologize for not properly reacting to that. Let me properly react to that right now. Ah!
Okay. He's got a metal hand. He's training to...
He's a 10, but insinuating something bad, and then he's disabled.
Your people.
Why is the common link, the common thing being enjoyed, people fucking hating your guts? Going back to what I was talking about in one of my other videos, I don't quite remember which one it was. It most definitely is linked to straight people and just girls and boys in general. Growing up with the whole, oh, he's hurting you because he likes you. He's pulling your pigtails. He's pinching you. He's pushing you, hurting you because he likes you. He's torturing you because he likes you. And then we grow up with that in mind. And we grow up, and women usually grow up into women who believe, oh, he's hurting me because he likes me. That's why I like enemies to lovers, because he's only being mean to her because he likes her. That must mean he likes her. So the more mean he is, it clearly means the more he likes her, the more he likes me. And that is why they stay in abusive relationships. Because as kids, they are taught that abuse means good. Abuse is good. They're abusing you because they like you. And don't you want to be liked? Because we're going to also groom you into believing that romantic love is the most important love that there is and the most important thing that there is. If you don't have romantic love, then who are you? You're a nobody and you're not important. Nobody loves you. How does that feel? So don't you want someone to love you? So accept this abuse because it means that they love you. So that's what I was saying. These people are victims, most definitely. But most, if not all, abusers and stuff like that are. Where do you think they learn it from?
10, but he punched you in the face and called you worthless. He's a 10, but he locked you in a wine cellar. He's a 10, but she wanted to hack him into little pieces when he first met her. 10, but he made you crawl on the training room floor to, him off.
Once again, and I will never stop asking the question, why is he a 10 then? Why is he a 10 then?
He's a 10, but he flayed the skin of his arm off because another woman touched it. He's a 10, but he's in love with
Oh, that's just therapy, my love. That's just a need of a therapist is what that's called. Maybe you guys should just go on a deserted island together and live there then. If you cannot stand someone else touching you, imagine you're at like a concert or whatever. Those people are the worst nightmares. They're like at a concert or whatever in a crowd, and someone, like a woman, accidentally grazes a man's arms. Like, oh, sorry, my bad. And he's just staring at his arm. And he's like, I have to cut it off. My buzz is wearing off. I'm gonna go get some drinks. Okay. I'll see you later. All right. You hurry back, you little minx. Oh god. How am I supposed to deal with all these people without my beauty? And I'm the beast. Whatever. Dude, watch what... Holy shit, what's wrong, man? You good? I thought she just bumped into you. I never expected something like this to happen. Getting touched at a concert? Alright, babe, I'm back. They only had a few things that weren't something that I would drink, so I just got you the strongest thing that they had. It's actually funny, because... What happened? Are you okay? I know what I have to do. Babe, what are you talking about? What are you doing? You don't understand. I was touched, Clarissa. I was touched. Zach. So what? Why would you do something like this over something so small? I was touched, Clarissa. I was touched by a woman. I know. I'm sorry. You know I'd never do something like this to you. You know that I'm yours more than anything. And that I'd do anything to prove that to you. Dude, she just grazed you while swaying at a concert. What do you mean, prove? Are you mentally well? Do I need to call someone? You would do that for me? Oh, my sweet Zachariah, no one has ever loved me like you love me. And no other man ever will. You're mine, and I'm yours, baby. Forever. Forever, baby. You know what you have to do. I do. Oh my god, what are you doing? Stop it! Why are you doing something like that? You can figure this out. You don't have to do something like this. Can't you guys just work it out like normal people? Are you insane, moron? Someone needs to call for help. I need to call for I can't call for help. I don't have my phone.
Standing there smiling when the person plays
Mom, where are you? Wait, where am I?
I
I don't know what's going on. Please stop. Please, you don't have to do this. Please, you could just stop and you could just not do this to me and I don't have to be contacted. I already paid so much money from the therapist.
He's a 10, but he's actually a green flag and is just perfect, and there's nothing fucking wrong with him. 10, but he punched in
Please. I don't know what I expect. You know, I do know what I expect. I expect people who talk mostly about books to be able to read and to be able to understand what they're reading. That's what I expect.
He is a 10, but he brought her pleasure with a knife. He is a 10, but he forces her to watch him unalive somebody and then proceeds to bring her pleasure in the same room as the corpse. He is
That's a biohazard, friend. There is a common link between all the things I'm seeing with this particular person, and it's that they only get off on the extreme, on the big taboo, which is dangerous. We talk about, though not nearly enough people talk about it, we talk about how dangerous it is for men to become porn addicts, how it rots the brain, and how it's dangerous because this is literally just fact. You will start going deeper and deeper and deeper. It will stop. It won't do it for you anymore. When you consume porn and stuff like that too much, when you consume anything too much, it will start to dry out and you start to get bored of it. And so if you don't just stop watching it for a while or whatever, you will keep going deeper and deeper. You want something more. You want something more, whatever it is. So it's very easy to start watching very normal videos of two people just lovingly having, whatever. And then it ending with you getting off on someone being heavily abused and tied up or things like dismemberment, stuff like that, because you keep wanting more, and that's what introduces you into the taboo. It's wrong, and that's why it feels so good, and that feeling it's like a high, and it's like addicting or whatever, and that makes you dangerous. We talk about that with men. So now when are we going to talk about that with Booktok women? You can talk shit about men all you want about how dangerous it is, them becoming porn addicts and that kind of stuff. But you are doing the exact same thing. Woman style. Hashtag girl boss. Hashtag girl boss feminism. Let us be equal in the way of let us both be horrible people. Yada yada, double standard, all that. People suck. We know. I actually have several book videos that need to be coming out, and I never film them. I just finished my most recent book script. And you know what book it is. If you were a channel member, you would know. But I also have that Colleen Hoover book, the November 9th, I believe. It's not even November 9th, it's November 9. And that irritates me. As well as audiobooks and all this other stuff. Silly books, bad books. So I also, though, actually have a serious video coming out quite soon. On the, I don't know if you've seen it, but the Twitter controversy going around about like fan fiction versus like Booktok with third person versus first person POV. That should be coming out kind of soon. I say kind of because I just barely started the script. But I never know when I'm going to finish these things. Sometimes I'm like, this could sit here for years, or I could finish it tomorrow or today. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? I've had a Sherlock video, the script almost finished for 2 years. So I have all that content coming out. Give me more short form video ideas if you want more, because it's getting a little bit harder. Anyways, if you liked the video, press the like button. If you didn't like the video, if you hated this video, press the like button. Because unfortunately for you, not for me, the dislike button actually doesn't exist. Oh, emojis. Crying face emoji. And then like a giving up face emoji. I don't know what face that'll be. I'll put an emoji on the screen. But if you don't want to use that one, you have a better one, use that one. But do remember to be a good person. And not a bad one. Obviously. Because it is the one single rule of this kingdom. The one singular law of this kingdom. It's so really not that hard. Is it? It's just not that hard. Tell them. Look at, you've just given up. Because people don't understand how hard it isn't. And also remember that I will not see you, but you will see me next time. Of course, because again, that's how videos work. She's actually being surprisingly cooperative right now. Can you see? Okay, bye. Oh my god. Oh, no way. You guys, I've used this one time. And no other man ever will. You're mine, and I'm yours, baby. Forever.